Namaste from me to you. I'm Sharmila and welcome to the Swayambhu family. Continuing with our series on overcome stress, anxiety and depression, today we will talk about how to build our self-image. Do you know, you and me, we have an image of ourselves inside us? Each and everyone has an image, has an internal image of who he or she is. When you see yourself in the mirror, it is a reflection of your physical image. But how do we look into ourselves mentally is a different image. And that image forms our self-image. How important are we to ourselves forms the self-image. Now, this mental picture that we form of ourselves is very, very important for our happiness, for the way we carry ourselves in our life. To achieve our goals in life, it is very important. So, when you talk about the conception of self-image, it is what we have created about ourselves within us. Now, what must have we created within us? It might be some experiences of the past, where we have very happy experiences in the past, we carry that experiences. Suppose we had very bad, humiliating experiences, we have carried out even those experiences and we have framed our life according to that mental pictures and we have created an image about ourselves, whether we are a success, whether we are failures, how can we connect with people, are we very good in connecting people or not, whether I am confident or whether I feel very nervous speaking in front of people. So this self-image is your life governing device. So how can we improve this self-image? What are the ways that we can put forward to improve our self-image? Now, in our mental picture, we have formed ourselves in many ways. We have interpreted ourselves whether we can be successful in our life. Suppose as a child you have got success in your school, maybe you have got your prizes, you have got rewards, then you feel okay, I am successful. You have taken that success habit and you have carried forward in your life. So everything is limited by our thoughts. If we have limiting beliefs and say no, as a child I have not been successful, then you carry these limiting beliefs with you, which becomes your thoughts, and these thoughts becomes the actions which you take forward in your life. So to illustrate this, I will just give you a small story about a farmer. He was just walking in his fields and he had in his fields there were a lot of watermelons. Young watermelons were growing, the small size ones. And as he was taking a check across his fields, what he saw one glass container. So what he did, he took one young watermelon and he put it inside that. Very slowly he put it inside the glass container. So, and he went. Watermelon usually ripes within 80 to 90 days. So usually he used to go, he used to check out. And when he came to see and pluck out his fruits, he saw the watermelon which he had put in the container had stopped growing, and it was just the size of that glass container. So that was the limiting belief. As a human being, we have those limiting beliefs which most of us feel like we can't throw this out. Now it is the same way, the watermelon didn't grow to its full size because the growth of that watermelon was restricted because of the container of that the glass container. Then the farmer, he broke the glass container, and when he saw, it was just a big square shape, and when he saw the other watermelons which had no limiting beliefs and they just wanted to grow, they grew and they had grown into very big watermelons. Same is the way what we project inside, the mental pictures that we put inside. So are we going to be that watermelon in the container, or are we going to be limitless and see how we can build our self-image? So what can we do? Very simple. Remove all these doubts, remove the limiting beliefs, all the self-limitations that you have, imagine yourself to be the very successful person you are. Just close your eyes, think that you are on a golden runway, a nice road. Think about when you go to the airport, you see a nice beautiful runway, and there you visualize yourself as if there is a golden light coming, and visualize yourself with the best future possible, whatever you want. How do you want to change your self image for the best? Because what happens when you visualize, when you imagine, you bring in that feeling of success, you bring in that feeling of confidence, of happiness and poise, and because of that your nervous system, usually human nervous system, it goes into the feelings and what pictures you put. It can't understand between what is natural or what is artificial. That is why we say whenever you put in any feelings, that feeling should be good feelings. Worry feelings takes you to negativity. Happy feelings will take you to positivity, where you can think properly, where you can be confident enough to do many things possible for yourself. When people worry, what happens, how they project themselves? Worry as if they are failures. They are totally anxious, they can't do anything, they always will get insulted, they always will get humiliated. So what happens? The bodily reactions are you slouch down, you are totally without confidence, and also people face stomach upsets because the mind and body has gone into a zone of failure. So how can we change it? Human nervous system does not know what is artificial, what is real. So if that is the case, can't you raise your vibration by thinking something good? Okay, even if the situation where you may feel that no, this lady can talk so much but I can't do that. Okay, you can worry. If you can worry, then can't you put one good thought about yourself? Can't you tell your mind that, okay, this is it, I am going to find alternatives, I am not just going to live my life like this. So can't I think something that, yes, I am going to search alternatives, and I am going to search alternatives very confidently. This is what I am going to do. See, we can use our mind negatively or positively, constructively, or we just put everything deconstructively. We don't want to do anything in life. Now what happens with the human mind? Human mind is a marvelous machine. We have our laptops, we have our computers. What you feed inside, see, there are apps given, there are many apps. So the apps work accordingly, how it has to work, the app works. So what you feed inside this human computer system, it will act only accordingly. Okay, if you feed worry, some emotions of anxiety, some emotions of failure will come out. If you feed confidence, there will be happiness, there will be joy, there will be ways where you can find solutions. Worry leads you to problem, whereas when you are confident, even when there are problems, it shows you solutions, it shows you how to find a way so that you build your self-image. According to me, this process of self-image can be taught even for little children, and if we teach our little children how to develop their self-image, it will do wonders for them. Now just take an example of a child who has failed his exams. So the teacher calls the parent and tells that, see what your child has done, the grades are very less and all. Now what will happen? The parent takes the child is grounded, the child can't go to play, there is no recreation for the child, he has to do his schoolwork. Okay, he passes the exam, but what is the self-image of the child? The self-image of the child is, I am a failure. Because I am a failure, I had to do so many things. So as he grows, he will not develop that confidence. So instead, what can be done? Okay, you have failed, there is no problem. We can sit, we can work together. How best you can do? You need not self-impose so many rules and restrictions on that child, not necessary. So until and unless you change the self-image of that child from a failure to a success, that child will continue in his life that I am a failure, and that self-image of the child does not move away until and unless till he grows up, and then he feels that now I have to do some image building with myself. Image building, yes, can be done. However old you are, you can change the concept of yourself according to what thoughts you feed inside you. Now, why is self-image very important to overcome SAD, that is stress, anxiety, depression? Because when you have a good self-image, you have that self-respect, you have the self-esteem. Whereas when your self-image, that which is into the mental picture that you have internally is bad about yourself, however you show that I am confident, something will always pull you back. So how do you do that? So we have what we call, we have to draw boundaries in our compound wall. We are inside a compound wall, we draw boundaries to every thing and every person that we meet. This is the limit. From this limit, I don't do anything else. Because I respect myself, I know what is my worth, and I am changing my thoughts to become better. So from here, nobody can pull me down, and this is what I am. So in our day-to-day life, we come across many situations which we may not like. Which are not very healthy situations. Maybe at times, if you are working, it may be with your boss, at home with the parents or brothers, sisters, or your children or your partner. So what happens is, sometimes we feel that so many people are controlling us, and not only people, we are also controlled by the social media, the news that you listen to, the serials that you see. All this control us. So is it necessary that we have to be controlled by all this? Don't we have something called our self-image, and what do we do to overcome all these situations? So what should we do now? Okay, create a boundary, draw a boundary. What happens is, when people scold us or when people insult us, we get angry. If a boss scolds or insults, you can't retaliate. You just keep it inside. You feel let down. Or there is a fight between the partners. Or if you with your brothers or sisters or parents may find it very difficult when children start bossing over them. So what you do? Most of them, what they feel like, they don't want to say anything. They take that anger, the insult, and everything they keep inside, and this is what is called emotional internalization. What happens when you do this emotional internalization, where your anger is not brought out, where you just suppress everything? It is this time which takes a big toll on your health. Because of this emotional internalization, what happens is, there are lifestyle diseases like high blood pressure, diabetes, arthritis, cancer, because you internalize your emotions, you don't channelize it out. So what do you mean? You may ask, what do you mean we have to channelize and start hitting people because our anger is not channelized? So it's not that. How do you channelize this? How do you set your boundaries is what you have to learn to overcome the stress that is eating you up. So draw your boundaries. So when you draw your boundaries, this gives you a feeling of independence and a feeling of freedom. So what happens? What is our main emotional need? That we want to feel respected. We want to feel loved. We want to feel that we are there connected with people, because we are social beings. So when all these things what we require is not got, when people treat us like a doormat, when we feel insulted, our self-image automatically starts going down. So first thing is, be very assertive, where you know that I am not going to compromise on my values here. Very assertively put a no, N-O, no. Don't allow your bar of rights to go down. Don't allow people to treat you, okay, this is the person, you tell him anything he will do, you tell her anything she will do. No, don't allow even your relatives to take advantage of you, or your colleagues, or your boss, anyone. Because stop pleasing, stop being a people pleaser. If you want to develop your self image and you have to overcome this stress, anxiety, and depression, stop being a people pleaser. Now develop your self image by seeing the priorities. Now health is your priority, relationships are your priority. In relationships, career comes as a priority. So how are you going to draw the boundaries? So if it is health and you want to take care of your health, so just put up, I am not going to have junk food throughout the week, or I will have junk food only once in a month. I will have healthy food, I will do exercise, I will do my yoga, I will do my pranayam. And when people come and say that yes, today let's have a party, no, because they should know that this Monday to Friday it is no party time. Come what may. Okay, if there is some function in your house, I'll come, I'll eat some healthy food and come, but there will be nothing else. Nothing else in the party. If you want, you can enjoy once in 15 days. Maybe Saturdays, Sundays, you can go and have a break. But you have to set your boundaries, and your relatives, your friends should know that Monday to Friday is a healthy time, and in this healthy time I am not going to compromise my health. The second aspect is relationship. Now when we talk about relationship with your parents, relationship with your partner, relationship with your siblings, relationship with your children, each and every relationship should know this is the boundary that you can enter into, and beyond that you are not going to put my self image down and walk on my self image and say yes, we have achieved something and we have put that person down. Don't allow that. They may be your children, they may emotionally blackmail you into doing anything, they may be your partners or might be your whatever, but you have to see that you have put one boundary, that from here you are not going to play with my feelings. When it comes to your partner, sit across the table and see where you are fighting, for what reason you are fighting. Okay, can we put up an alternative here? Can we work on our relationship here? Can we work on our relationship here? You can just put it up. Each partner will respect each other's relatives. You are not going to badmouth anyone. And if at all you feel that we can't do it, and if it is the starting of your relationship, then you can say a tata bye bye. But if you are in a relationship for many years, see where you can improve on it, and then you give whatever it is, it's up to you. You have to give it a call. It's up to you, because your peace of mind and your confidence is more important than others taking advantage of you in your relationship. It might be a wife or a husband or children, but when people take advantage of you in relationship, please put a boundary and say, yes, this is it. Beyond this, I don't control any of your nonsense. When it comes to your career, your workplace, what happens is, in most of the offices now, competition is the buzzword. Competition is the buzzword. There are people who try to please their bosses to get the promotions. Sometimes promotion is given to you, but if you get a promotion at the cost of your health, you have to put a boundary there. What is more important? Is the promotion important, or is my health important? Next, there are so many people who just be like a doormat. Though they are very capable in their workplace to get the promotions, they don't get the promotions because they don't give a voice to their opinions. So here what you have to do is very simply go sit and talk to your boss, where I have gone wrong. Let me know whether I can get a promotion in the next year or not. Or you have your capabilities. There are so many organizations which require the talent that you are having. Call it a day, put your papers and see your self-image improves with that. And when you are talking to people, when you are drawing your boundaries, you can do it very meaningfully and respectfully, rather than using your ego and pride. In ego and pride, nothing happens. It will just show out what your true colors are. But when you are meaningful and respectful in drawing your boundaries, even the people who are listening to you, who are connected with you, they know this is what is the boundary and I can't cross this. So how important are you? By developing your self-image, you develop your self-respect and your self-esteem. So what about these boundaries? These boundaries always, you will always have specific ways to change it. Now once you grow up the ladder in your career, if you know I can take up this pressure in my career, then you change your boundaries, okay, but always your self-respect and self-esteem should be your priority. Beyond that, you have to see what are the values in this career promotion that I can use, whether I can be very honest, my integrity, my honesty. If I can go ahead with these values in my life, what are my values in my life? So what are the emotions that I get? Can I be happy? Can I be confident? So this all builds your self-image. So always when you build your self-respect and self-esteem, automatically you have a self-image which changes the mental picture inside you and gives you that confidence, that happiness. And because it says that yes, I have found that you have given yourself the priority to become the best you. So remember, you are God's highest form of creation. When you start to understand who you really are, you will walk a little taller, you will stand a little straighter, and you will enjoy your life with your newfound self-image. Before concluding this video, let's do a small exercise. Now sit straight. Breathe to the count of 1, 2, 3, 4. Close your eyes. Keep your hand on your heart and just imagine the happiest moment in your life. It might be anything, it might be a small thing also. As a child, you must have got an award. As if you are a housewife, you must have cooked the best dish. If you are in your career, you must have got a promotion. Think about that and be in that feeling of happiness, be in that feeling of confidence, be in that feeling. Go inside that feeling, go inside that feeling. See the changes in your body that goes on. Be in that happy state for some time. Be in that happy state for some time and see the changes, observe the changes going on inside you. Be there for half a minute or 1 minute. And then open your eyes slowly. Whenever you feel a little dip in your energy, sit wherever you are. See that your spine is straight, your shoulders are straight, and do this exercise. It will help you to boost your emotions a little bit. And where your self-image is concerned, you should know what I want, what will make me best, what is the best mental picture that I have to put so that I can be my confident self and I can be the best image of myself. That's all for today. Meet you in my next video. Till then, stay healthy, stay happy, stay blessed, and take care. Be happy always.